Not so long ago, but not so recently. That year, the first test of a Soviet nuclear bomb was carried out. That same year, Edmund Hillary conquered the world's highest mountain with the Nepalese Sherpa Tenzing Norgay. That year, an armistice was concluded in Pyongyang and the Korean War came to an end. That year, Czechoslovak television began regularly broadcasting, and within all these global and domestic events, the University of Mechanical Engineering in Liberec was born, near the Jizera Mountains. It was 1953. The foundations of the current workplace, the Department of Vehicles and Engines, are based on a long tradition dating back to 1955. At that time, it was one of the founding workplaces of the University of Mechanical Engineering in Liberec, managed by the first university rector in Liberec. Since the 1960s, the engine testing room at the Department of Piston Machines had represented one of the best equipped experimental workplaces for testing internal combustion engines in the Czechoslovak Socialist Republic for many decades. In 2007, work began on the project concerning new laboratories in the Building L. The individual test stations were gradually put into verified operation in the new laboratories during the first half of 2013. Since 2017, another relatively intense stage of replacement of brake stations has been underway, where the 3 test cells are fully equipped with the latest technology for testing small and large internal combustion engines according to the latest trends. During this period, the latest emission devices, indication technology, and other devices were also acquired. The total investment in the laboratory is at the level of more than €2 million and consists of grant programs and a large part of its own resources. These investments are reflected in the following 3 pillars of the department. The first pillar represents teaching. Individual stations and devices are used for the education of masters, but especially doctoral students. The second pillar is the fulfillment of project intentions with grant programs and collaborative research. The last important pillar is the direct cooperation with industry, especially contract research with Škoda Auto AS. Within the framework of contract research, selected properties of internal combustion engines are verified via specialized tests of a short-term and long-term character. The significant practical experience of the workplace includes modifications of internal combustion engines to alternative fuels such as LPG, natural gas, and hydrogen. The actual design of the modifications is accompanied by calculations on simulation models so as to achieve the best possible benefit of the modifications. Changes made to internal combustion engines can then be quantified in high quality on the latest generation of test equipment. Another important part of the laboratory is the powertrain testing room for testing of the drivetrain as a whole. That is, the drive unit, including transmission. In addition to practical training, the testing laboratory also conducts contractual research in the field of reliability and noise of gearboxes. Using devices for technical diagnostics, individual properties of gearboxes are assessed in the short and long term. Within the framework of education, there is a significant connection with experts from practice, especially from the development department of Škoda Auto AS Mladá Boleslav. Normally, at least 3 experts from Škoda Auto AS are involved in direct regular teaching, and thus the latest trends in the development of powertrains are immediately introduced into the teaching of students. Students have the opportunity to process bachelor's, master's, and dissertation theses directly in cooperation with Skoda Auto AS Development Center. They spend part of their time directly at the company, and they are involved in developmental tasks. Our doctoral students are scholarship holders supported by the Skoda Auto Scholarship PhD program. Students of all levels gain practical experience in our laboratories, which is valued in practice, and participate in solving tasks within scientific grants and contract research. Our graduates later become our partners in conducting research tasks for industry. Our students are also involved in the so-called student formula races, in which student project cars compete in international races. These events have taken place since 1998 in Europe, but are based on a tradition with its origins in the USA in the 1980s. Around 500 university teams around the world work on their formula race cars. A design team was established at the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, Toul, in 2015. In 2019, they presented the third racing monopost, which they designed and constructed themselves, including addressing sponsors. The rules of the international competition regarding university racing teams, Formula Student, require that a new car is raced every year. This is an opportunity for student teams to continually improve their monopost. After the formula cars Eliška and Marketa, students introduced Anička to the public, the third formula of the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering Toul, which was designed and constructed by students and with which they will race in Italy in 3 weeks. It is an ideal student project. Students receive hands-on experience of the principles and procedures which, for example, just a moment ago they were discussing theoretically in lectures. They also go to companies with their ideas and see different kind of possibilities available there. And vice versa. People from companies can see the potential of our students who may be applying for jobs in a few years' time. I also appreciate the integrity of their work. They implemented the formula from A to Z, from studying the race rules to the first drawings, through construction, testing and tuning design details on the finished monopost.